Good afternoon, basketball fans. Welcome here to Matsue City as we return to Japanese B.LEAGUE basketball. Tonight, it's Seahorses MIKAWA hosting the Chiba Jets. Well, it's been a long way to return since we've come back from the FIBA Asia Cup qualifiers, and indeed, Japan haven't already booked their tickets to the 2025 FIBA Asia Cup. The star players can now focus their attentions on the remainder of the Japanese B.LEAGUE season here in 2024-25. Well, no question, both MIKAWA Seahorses and Chiba Jets will be playoff contenders. The question will be for Chiba Jets, can they bounce back from what's been a very tumultuous season, a season that has been ridiculed by injury, now only sitting third place, indeed in the Eastern Conference, while a big turnaround for Paul Hanari's players, now narrowly just behind the Ruku Golden Kings. Well, the problem right now for Chiba Jets, they don't want to become a team that has to fight for the wild card, because you can see right behind them, indeed, are the Sun Rocket Shibuya. And as it stands, both these two teams could very well end up going into that position. Well, Seahorses MIKAWA, of course, a team that has really had their fortunes turned around. But a team at the moment who really has proven themselves to be a very tier at home. You can see their past games against the Akita Northern Happy Nets, and not to mention Osaka Ballooners, I should say, and of course the Shiga Lakes, who right now are rock bottom of the Japanese B.LEAGUE. But this team, Seahorses MIKAWA, is, MIKAWA featuring some tough players, but here are some more matchups. Chiba Jets finishing the Japanese B.LEAGUE in the build-up to the FIBA window with 2 consecutive victories against the defending champions Hiroshima Dragonfly. Of course, just only defeating the likes of Yokohama B. Corsairs. There's Yuta Watanabe. Of course, it's going to be interesting to see how DJ Hogue finishes this season, because he has been their go-to player, no doubt about it. Well, Coach Trevor Gleeson, the Australian international, knows that he's going to have to heavily depend on those two players. John Mooney, one of those players, falling to injury, but Christopher Smith, as he's always been for this team, has been simply a go-to option. A certified walking bucket, a scorer that just has no limits. Ren Konichka, the youngster featuring for Akatsuki Japan in the final window of the FIBA Asia Cup qualifiers. A tough defeat against China on the road, but then they made up for it by defeating Mongolia, only losing 1 game in that FIBA Asia Cup qualifiers. Well, Coach Richmond, of course, a former assistant coach with the Washington Wizards. Now, he has got a very good team. James McAdoo, Luke Evans, who's also featured for the Japanese national team, but also Nick Kay as well. Well, he's going to have to also rely on the likes of Shota Tsuyama, and not to mention shooting guard Seiya Ando. But there is Nishida, man who did play for Japan at the 2023 FIBA Basketball World Cup at the Okinawa Arena, which did help them, finishing as the highest Asian national team in the FIBA Asia zone to qualify for the Paris Olympics. Well, not a lot to separate these two teams other than the defense. You can see, of course, MIKAWA Seahorses is much better in only conceding 74.2 points per game, and a much higher percentage from within inside the three-point line. Naoki Tashiro, a former Ruku Golden Kings player, seeing sparing minutes this season here for Trevor Gleeson's team. But that is Yutaro Suda, arguably one of the best three-point shooters here in the B.LEAGUE. Well, tonight it's going to be about tempo, no doubt about it. The return from the FIBA Asia Cup window, and Trevor Gleeson's players finish on a very high note, winning the last 4 games. 2 of those against defending champions Hiroshima Dragonflies, as I already mentioned. MIKAWA Seahorses. This is a team, as I mentioned, and there's the play to look out for here tonight. Well, it's going to be an interesting matchup when you see those 2 superstars go up against each other. Well, here are the last matchups for these 2 teams, and I just wonder, indeed, will this be the kind of game that they'll be able to take it home? Because, as mentioned, it doesn't matter whether they're home or away. You know one thing for sure, is MIKAWA Seahorses are going to come ready to play. The wild card is going to have to, unfortunately, be an option potentially here for one of these 2 teams. But if it's one thing we've seen from the Chiba Jets, is they know how to bounce back to the adversity. Seahorses sitting in third place in the Central Division, just below Albach Tokyo. And with players such as Devontae Gardner, Jake Lehman, Avi Schaffer, the former national team player, and Zach Augusta, all going to have to come into play tonight. And defending that man, Christopher Smith, is going to be the key outcome. Well, Smith had a phenomenal 2 games against the Hiroshima Dragonflies. The question is, can he replicate that same success here on the road? Well, now basketball fans, of course, the B-League and the International World of Basketball has now lost, unfortunately, one of the greatest. And now we stand for a minute's silence for the passing, unfortunately, of the great Kevin Braswell.
日本バスケットボール界へ多大なる貢献をいただきました。ブラスウェル氏に謹んで追悼の意を表し、黙祷を捧げたいと思います。黙祷。どうぞお直りください。それではまもなくティップオフです。両チームのファンブースの皆さん、どうぞ熱いご声援よろしくお願いいたします。
Well, our thoughts and prayers go to Kevin Braswell and his family. A very tragic loss for not only Japanese basketball, but the international world of hoops. For many that knew him, he was a great man. To all of us in the B-League world, we knew him as simply not only a great man, but also a fantastic basketball coach. And as mentioned, our thoughts and prayers go to the Braswell family. Kevin Braswell, gone but will never ever be forgotten. Well, now we get set to introduce the key players here from the Chiba Jets, and Yuka Watanabe no doubt will be in the starting lineup with Yuki Togashi. Shibahara's going to have a big play here this evening. John Mooney along with Christopher Smith all in the starting lineup here for the Jets. Coach Trevor Gleason, the big job he's had to take over from head coach John Patrick. Things around for this team. Now we get set to introduce the starting lineups here for the MIKAWA Seahorses. Well, for the Seahorses, as mentioned, it could very well be a wild card factor. Right now, chasing up both Albach Tokyo and San Antonio Phoenix in the Central Division. And I just think every game at home is going to be so imperative for MIKAWA.
Seahorse MIKAWA スターティング5の発表です。どうぞ皆さん、立ってティップオフまでさらに盛り上がっていきましょう。
Well, we are going to show you the starting lineups, and of course we're going to enjoy the local entertainment, as at the moment the first player to come out indeed is the big man Zach Augusta. He's been acting as a 4-stretch 5 for his team, simply too much to handle. Yoshiaki Kubota will also be in the starting lineup with the three-point shot shooters, I should say. Yudai Nishida and Yutaro Suda. Well, big fella Devontae Gardner is going to have a big matchup tonight against John Mooney. Ryan Richmond, a former NBA assistant coach with the Washington Wizards, trying to get this team back to the playoffs for the second season. Very good matchups. Kubota's going to have a tough job tonight here against Yuki Togashi. Liking both the backcourt. Yutaro Suda and Yudai Nishida are going to have to go up against a very strong defensive Shibahara. But defensively, the game plan for Yutaro Suda is going to be the big part. You've got to try to contain Christopher Smith. Again, what a return it is to the Japanese B-League. It was an exciting FIBA Asia Cup qualifying window. Japan won one of their 2 games. Now some of these key players returning back for B-League action. Well, hello and welcome. If you're just joining us, we're live here in Matsue City course, here in the MIKAWA Prefecture, as it is indeed our host, the Seahorses, hosting the Chiba Jets. Japanese B.LEAGUE basketball has returned, and we're going to get things underway. Zach and Gus jumping this one with John Mooney. Only the Seahorses will get first possession. Both are trying to run things early here in the backcourt. Three-point shooting could be the difference between these two teams. Ghana doesn't take many threes, but when left wide open, he can definitely knock those down. And that's a good start for the Seahorses. Well, naturally, they're going to try to use his size and physicality against the likes of John Mooney, but Watanabe go for an early three-pointer. That one's not going to go. Now Seahorses MIKAWA looking to push here on tempo. High screen set by Devontae Gardner, but the referee's happy to let play continue. Finds Suda, puts up a quick one. That's not going to fall. Jets coming up with a rebound. She goes quickly down to John Mooney. Bit of contact, no foul given. But look how quickly the Chiba Jets are just able to get out in transition, finding the ball inside the key to John Mooney on that play. Another three goes flying. Yuta Nishida gets it from downtown. He was a regular playing for the national team under head coach Tom Havas, but due to the depth and talent of the Japanese backcourt, he's found himself very tough to get back in the lineup. And Watanabe goes for a post-up. An offensive rebound. Tagashi heavily defended by Kubota. Finding it open, but the backboard shot was a little tough, and it goes out of bounds. Chiba Jets will retain this on the baseline. The Jets getting a fresh 14. At the moment, struggling to break down the MIKAWA Seahorses defense. As Smith fires a three. That's not going to go, but another missed rebound. MIKAWA at the moment just allowing Chiba to have possession after possession. They've got to take care of the boards. It looks like the Seahorses have dropped down into a 2-3 zone defense. Is that going to come back to bite them? You know, Chiba Jets a very good perimeter shooting team. And there's a case in point with Christopher Smith. Well, the man from Sacramento, California, as mentioned, had a very good finish to the B-League before the break. Dominating performance against the Hiroshima Dragonflies. Well, a foul's going to be called against Yuta Watanabe. Just over trying to deny that play. In the end, gets penalized. So he goes for another three-pointer. Get the right angles. Mooney saves this one from going out of bounds. Now Tagashi trying to orchestrate something here. Out of space, drilling another three-pointer. Well, it could indeed be Tagashi time early on as he gives them a two-point cushion. Chiba have a play down. Now both teams exchanging three-point field goals. Coming from the three-point line here tonight from the first quarter. Dumped out, finds Mooney. It's way too easy, picking apart the Seahorses defense. If MIKAWA's going to put on that early pressure, trying to get up the floor, got to be able to recover because Chiba Jets just too good a team to have any zone press against them. Now the post up, bit of contact. Foul has been called, so 2 free throws coming up. Well, that's a mismatch. Any day of the week that ends with Y, and you know Devontae Gardner is going to try to take her inside the paint. Well, Devontae Gardner has been one of the go-to players this season for the Chiba Jets. Well, excuse me, for Seahorses MIKAWA. Well, we'd like to take this time to welcome all of our fans watching live here on B.LEAGUE International. Welcome to Tugboat. And welcome to Kevin S. watching from California. And to all of our fans watching from Taipei. Ni hao ma. Hung gao xing ren shini. For bo hui shuo zhongwen. On the full court pressure. Finds Mooney. This is inside the paint. Another offensive board here for the Jets. DJ Hogue stepping into the game for the first time. Made that three-pointer number 3 and 6 in total for both these two teams. That's going to be something these two teams take care of. They don't want to give away too many open looks from the perimeter. We've already seen MIKAWA Seahorses is going into that zone defense. Aggressive penetration. Defensive receivers there. You see the penetration coming from Yoshiaki Kubota. Now Tagashi, it's becoming a three-point show here tonight. Chiba, Jets on fire at the moment. Three-pointers already here in the first, I wouldn't even say 5 minutes. Eagle screen's going to be called against Devontae Gardner, so Chiba will get this back. Well, welcome to Darlene McFall-Smith, watching from Sacramento. Big Christopher Smith fan. Let's go Chiba. And I got to tell you, Darlene McFall-Smith, Christopher Smith is simply a fantastic basketball player, no doubt about it. Well, change coming in, Jake Lehman, one of the go-to players for MIKAWA Seahorses, along with Abby Shaffer, you just saw there. Ryan Kanichko just subbing in for the first time. He's now going for a post-up. Heavily defended. Inside the paint, getting contact, and no foul call, giving the Jets a 5-point lead now with just over 5 minutes left. Well, depending on Taiwan人我不会看中文。There's a little hesitation, goes in, gets rejected. 再见, bye-bye. John Mooney, oh, he just got called for the foul, I think. Let's have a look here. Well, there's the foul, I think. There's the block. The foul is on DJ Hogue, so it does send Kubota to the free throw line. Well, Kubota really has earned his starting position this season for the Seahorses MIKAWA. The free throws are going to be so imperative for these two teams. If you see the way Chiba have played at their very best, they just know how to run away with games. Yoshiaki Kubota making both free throws, cutting it down to a 3-point deficit. Zone defense. Moving to the top, finds Watanabe, go for 3, number 5. Are you kidding me? Chiba have come out like a house on fire. ER-san, Tingwen, Xie ni, arigato. And a timeout's going to be called in the moment as Chiba Jets want to talk this one over. Well, Seahorses MIKAWA, I don't know why they stand in zone defense. Just inviting Chiba to have 3 after 3. And it has become a cookout. Well, we'll be back in just under 90 seconds. Timeout called by the Seahorses MIKAWA. There's a penetration. Shoot to Hada. It says Goga, take that 3-pointer. Tingwen, xie. And another one. Look at the ball moving, unselfish. In the corner. Jaiyo Chiba Jets. This is indeed a 6-point ball game, but it's all been down to the 5 3-pointers converted by the Chiba Jets. As mentioned, they are on fire at the moment. Seahorses MIKAWA respond. Good forces Zach and Gus will go to the free throw line. This one's going to be against John Mooney. And I don't think he agrees with the call too much. It's a nice play by Jake Lehman. Well, John Mooney's a great player. It's only his first personal foul, but I don't think he has much of an argument on that one. So Christopher Smith coming back in the game at the moment here for Chiba Jets. On the free throw line, Zach August. And also has just subbed into the game for MIKAWA Seahorses, number 7, Satoshi Nagano. Veteran point guard, 29 years of age. Second free throw miss, goes out of bounds. And that's going to go back to Chiba, who still lead by 5. Now you see the change in defense. Seahorses MIKAWA going into a man-to-man matchup. The foul has been called now with 3:58 to go. That's only the second team foul against MIKAWA Seahorses. Unfortunately, Chiba, they've already committed 5 team fouls. Foul is on Zach August. That's only his first personal. Gashi goes for another one. It's a little too strong. The rebound now. They almost fight over it. But Zach August able to gather that into his hands. Now being matched up here by Yuta Watanabe. Nagano almost loses the dribble, and it's going to be another unforced turnover. What's becoming a nightmare at the moment here for Seahorses MIKAWA. They've got to learn to take care of the basketball if they want to come out with a victory tonight. Oh, penetrates. Finds Watanabe. Now Watanabe's going to turn this one over. And it's a little bit of rush basketball between both the Chiba Jets and the MIKAWA Seahorses. Both teams just need to calm down now, get into the half-court sets, and try to play a little bit more organized basketball. Once again, another turnover. Nagano. Consecutive turnovers, give and go as Ho goes in. And he misses the layup. Lehman comes up with it. Now he's going to try to push. Lehman all the way. Are you kidding me? Just went in coast to coast and threw that one down. Well, Jake Lehman. Go right into defense. Oak still can't finish. Goes out of bounds. Neither team able to get a grip on this one at the moment, but Chiba still lead by 3 points. Devontae Gardner getting ready to come back in for MIKAWA Seahorses. What they don't want, of course, is this game to get just 2 out of long strides. I got to agree with you. Valeri Tanimakasi, welcome my brother. Salamat Siang. Trying to find Nagano. He'll fire another three. This one's up. Make it 3-pointer number 4. And 10 3-pointers have been made here in the first quarter. Simply on fire, both teams. So goes for deep. What was that? Well, he took that one over Mount Fuji, and that was a negative parabola. And that shot was a sky arc. Nagano's made one for another one. No good. Late offensive rebound. Second chance points coming into play. Both teams locked in at 23 apiece. He's the plan that they want to get on fire. Now Hope makes three-pointer number 6. 11 three-pointers indeed have been converted. Well, Chiba's come out like a house on fire. They simply cannot miss from the perimeter. MIKAWA goes for another one. Another offensive board. Schaffer comes up with it. Bowman now tries. And unfortunately, the Seahorses aren't able to convert as many as the Chiba Jets. Smith looks at Benjamin. I don't know if he got blocked by Lehman or the rim blocked it, but rejection time. Lehman now finds Schaffer. Kicks out. Gardner's made one. He'll go for another one. And again, it is simply incredible. Sugoi. Oh, Jindaba. Chayo. Tamenda Lancho. Hunhao. Watanabe, number 7, not going to go. Nagano gets a rebound. Well, Lehman now goes for another one. Oh, I thought that one went in. The way this game is gone, you wouldn't be surprised. Well, Smith going for number 7. It's up. I think the teams are just flying with too much confidence. They've got to kind of come back down to reality, find other ways to score. Now we have 13 seconds difference between game and shot clock here. Both teams locked in at the moment. Tie ball game. They keep going for another one. This one's up. Way off the mark. Goes out of bounds, but MIKAWA will get this one back now. The problem with that shot, it didn't touch the rim. I think Coach Richmond's asking that question. It didn't. There's only 1.2 left on the shot clock, so not a lot of time here at the moment for Seahorses MIKAWA. Gardner's got to put it up. He puts up a deep one. That's not going to fall. But another offensive board. And now Seahorses can't have the final shot. Still tied in at 26. Nagano puts up a 3. It's up. Just the last 5 attempts. And that will do the end of the first quarter. And our return to the Japanese B.LEAGUE. Now, I saw a question on the live YouTube chat. Why was there a 2-week break? Well, that's because we had the FIBA international qualifying windows. So countries all over the world are trying to qualify for their continental competitions this summer of the Asian Cup, Afrobasket, Eurobasket, and America. Well, we're going to leave you with stats, highlights, but we will return in just under 2 minutes for the second half of this Japanese B.LEAGUE game. It's all locked up at 26 apiece between the Chiba Jets and the Seahorses MIKAWA.
第2クォーターシーホースがディフェンスからスタートです。
Well, welcome back. We're going to get things back underway here at the moment. This is a tie ball game here in Maxwell City at the MIKAWA Prefecture between the Seahorses and the Chiba Jets. Chiba hitting 6 3-pointers in the first quarter. Now they have 7. DJ Ho hits his second one. Well, 21 of their 29 points have come tonight from the perimeter. No legal screen. Gardner now, pump fake. Down the middle, goes into a teardrop, finishes that one. Well, I think Devontae Gardner's asking the question why a technical foul wasn't given. What he felt was a flop in the Chiba Jets coaching staff. Infuriated. Look at well, here's the show the screening is quite precarious. So timeout called by Coach Trevor Gleason. Back to just under 90 seconds. Well, Chiba need to build some more momentum. They've got to find other ways to score. They cannot rely on the perimeter all night long. There's a penetration by Ogawa, who's really subbed in along with Rankinichka. Rankinichka goes in, tough move, and what an experience it was for him. Playing for the Japanese national team at the recent FIBA Asia Cup qualifiers. It was a very tough defeat for Japan, having already qualified for the Asia Cup against China. And then they made up for it with a big win against Mongolia. Gardner now's got to find ways to score. One-legged finish. Oh, baby! Devontae Gardner. 5th three of the night now for Seahorses MIKAWA. He went Doug Nowitzki on that play. He thought it was going to be a run down to the 24-second violation, but this guy, no limits. Oh, now penetrates. Unisolated. Well, there's Ogawa. No foul called. But again, Chiba, they want this game a little bit more, but failing to convert second chance points. Indeed, it will be the Seahorses with a chance to try to reclaim the lead. Again, it's going to go. Well, Gardner right now, too big to handle. What's a case of being too big, too strong, and simply just too good and unstoppable by Devontae Gardner. Well, Gardner's been, as I mentioned, a force to be reckoned with for this team, making them tough to defeat here at home. But part of his game that he's really improved over the years is becoming a solidified three-point shooter. 16 points already tonight for Devontae Gardner. Well, raise him on, so I gotta agree with you. He is an unbelievable player, and as you said, a tank. Strong as any player I've ever seen here in the B-League. Smith kicks out. Chiba going for three, number 8, but that's not going to go as Lehman gets a rebound. You can see Chiba getting ready for a double team. We know how destructive Gardner is. No look dime. Lehman in the corner finds another one. Foul's going to be called. Well, this is quite extraordinary. Because the foul, well, it's going to be called against Chiba Jets. MIKAWA on the box. Oh, it's the right call. No arguments. Quite sure it was enough to send Devontae Gardner to the ground, though. I'm not going to assume otherwise. Coach Gleason is asking why a flop wasn't called. Well, Yuda Nishida coming back into the game now here for Seahorses MIKAWA. Running through Devontae Gardner. Gardner down the middle, too big again. This guy is dominating. 18 points already here in the first half. Well, Chiba's got to figure it out. They've got to double team or something, make it difficult for him. We're just leading here in the moment now. And make it 3 number 8s. Well, DJ Ho's got 3 of them. 11 points, 8 of those coming from the perimeter. Well, 9 of them, excuse me. My mathematics is just not on it at the moment. Well, there's a foul call that's off the ball. It's on the Chiba Jets, I think. It's on Christopher Smith. It's only his first personal foul, but as we saw in the first quarter, Chiba Jets again. Too many early on, and it did put the Seahorses in the penalty. Brian MIKAWA didn't take advantage of that. China's got 18. Maybe Braswell goes in, and the foul's going to be called. And tumbles to the ground. Well, Kevin S., it's definitely a subject of debate. I can't say I agree or disagree. I'll try to be as impartial as possible. But, well, Devontae Gardner, of course, played University basketball at Marquette, graduating in 2014. He started his pro career in France, where hier Toulon Basket. Only played 1 season. Of course, came to Japan in 2015, where he did start with the Nishinomiya Storks. And 3 wonderful seasons playing in the north of Japan for Niigata Albirex. Which, for those watching, even though Albirex are in the 3rd division in B3, they're actually the oldest professional basketball team in Japan. Second free throw good. Back to a 2-possession ball game. 20 points already for Devontae Gardner. That's going to be it. No, keep this alive. They got to break. Oh, they get away with an 8-second. No, they didn't. They get called for a Chiba at the moment. Choking under intense pressure. Well, that's good defense in the end by Seahorses MIKAWA. I mean, they are putting on the pressure. Well, Tugboat, it's a very interesting comment. It's like rugby out there. I wouldn't say I'm the biggest rugby fan, but yeah, it's a little bit physical. Now the shot clock only goes back to 14, so not a full offense at the moment here for Seahorses. But they want to go to Gardner. Gardner again, another step backhand in his face, and that one's not going to fall. As Watanabe gets a rebound for the Chiba Jets. Smith now, 3 number 9 is up. 3 number 9 will count. Chiba just keep on piling the triples in. Incredible. They are smoking, guns a-blazing from the perimeter. 9 3-point field goals for the Chiba Jets. Halfway to go in the second quarter. The shooter penetrates. He's in tough move, finishes. I think the score would be slightly higher due to the perimeter shooting of the Chiba Jets, but they just haven't been able to find other ways to score other than the 3-point line. So we're going for a fadeaway. Foul has been called, so 2 free throws and a chance to tie the game up. It's not the first time we've seen a 3-point foul shoot committed here. Yeah, gets a hand, so that's a good call.
3本が与えられます。フリーシャツ。札幌シーホース三河ナンバー10、ジェイク入ります。
Well, Jake Lehman coming back in the game at the moment here for Seahorses MIKAWA. They've got to keep on piling on this pressure.
Number 2, Togashi.
This is spied and led by one Devontae Gardner, but other players need to step in and step up if they're going to win tonight. Chiba, one of the toughest teams to beat here in the B.LEAGUE. Chiba have been very impressive at 60% from the perimeter tonight. This is their first trip to the free throw line. Well, Smith, he's really thrived and adapted to life in Japan. I'm going to be surprised to see him become a naturalized player at some point in the future. Because they love him in Funabashi. They love him at the Tokyo Bay Arena, the new home of the Chiba Jets. 40 apiece between these two teams. Again, nothing separating them. Here's the penetration to try to regain the lead, but the rebound secured by Mooney. Jets now looking to reclaim the advantage. Togashi off one screen. Turns this one over. Zach Gus comes up with it. And Gus kicks out, finds Lehman. Lehman finds another one. That's three-pointer number 7 for Seahorses MIKAWA. 17 three-pointers in here in the first half. It's become a cookout. Many would have thought we're watching the Golden State Warriors, but indeed, this is Japanese B.LEAGUE basketball. MIKAWA Seahorses know how to convert turnovers into transition three-pointers at gust. That time, finding Lehman, and the rest was inevitable. We will return in under 90 seconds. Well, 4:44 to go here in the second quarter. 3-point lead currently to Seahorses MIKAWA. 17 three-pointers made between these two teams here at the moment. Watanabe going pick a pop. More now throwing a bad pass. Levy comes up with it. Foul has been called, and that's going to be 2 free throws coming up for MIKAWA. And the second personal against Christopher Smith. Free throws again just need to be so crucial for both these two teams. MIKAWA now this evening have indeed taken 10 free throws, only converting 8 of them. They've missed 2, but I mean, Chiba, they've only taken 3, and those came from Christopher Smith on the three-point shot attempt. Lehman makes the second one. 2-possession lead currently to MIKAWA Seahorses. Kick out. Tagashi almost throwing it away, but he's got to recover. And now there's only 2.8 seconds left here on the shot clock. Tagashi trying to let that one run out, but Chiba don't have a lot of time. They've got to make something happen here. Well, we got to go quickly. Smith's going to inbound this one. Well, he finds Watanabe. I don't think he realizes what's left. Now it's going to be a 24-second violation. And Watanabe, what happened to the leadership? Chiba Jets just gave up on that play. And that's not good enough. Just over 4 minutes left here in the moments. Nishida got it by his national team teammate. He'll fire a three and give him a 7-point lead, but it's not going to go as Lehman battles for offensive boards. MIKAWA gets this one back. Just threw it away, but they'll recover possession. 5 here on the shot clock for Nishida. Nishida penetrates, puts it himself, and the bank is open. And now they have a 6-point cushion against Chiba. 7 points tonight for Yudai Nishida. Chiba's got to ride the storm. They've got to find ways to get back in this. Foul caught against MIKAWA. It's only going to be the second team foul. It's on Zach August. That's going to be a second personal of the game.
For Seahorses, MIKAWA number 13, Sura 入ります。
Utado Suda comes back in the game, the big signing for MIKAWA this season after leaving the Royal Diamond Dolphins. There's another foul. It's against Jake Lehman, so now MIKAWA Seahorses only one more foul to give away. .320 to go here in the first half. Smith looks for an ISO. In the end, gets the one. A nice move by Watanabe-san. He'll go to the free throw line with the hope of cutting it down to a 3-point deficit. He's got 8 points now. The assist coming from Smith off the penetration. A much better, stronger, more fluid offense from the Chiba Jets. Well, that was Zach August's second personal foul. So now he'll go to the bench and don't want to pick up another foul here. So it's a wise move at the moment here for Seahorses MIKAWA coach Ryan Richmond, of course, has done a magnificent job with this basketball team over the past years, getting them to the playoffs last year. Watanabe converts a 3-point play. Jets putting on some full court pressure. Remember, they got no fouls to give. I'll try to slow this down. Well, again, it's an unforced turnover. Lehman trying to go back door. But the Bolton just threw that away. There's not great communication between those two players, but they'll battle through this hopefully. Thanks for Chiba. That 3-pointer would tie it up. Tagashi pulls up for the 3. Not going to go. That's a good look for Tagashi. That's the kind of shot he goes for. He likes to go off that high double horns offense. He does like to particularly take 3-point attempts off the dribble. Bocha finds Lehman. Another 3. Take a pop, and again, nothing for him, but offensive rebound. Nishida goes up. And the play at least likely to battle for an offensive board, but that was a 50-50 that fell into his hands like a gift. Not heavily defended. Now Moody goes to DJ Ho. Not a team with any fouls to give here at the moments. Now Mooney puts it on the ground. Real step goes in. Counted. He's going to the free throw line. And a chance to cut this down to a 2-point ball game. Well, what a move by the former Notre Dame Fighting Irish player. Where Chiba found a way to stay in this game. Well, that indeed has been just getting to the free throw line. Well, somebody on the YouTube chat called Wow has said, is Dwight Ramos the most handsome player in the league? Well, I wouldn't disagree with that, but what the heck does that have to do with this game? Anyway, back to this game. Well, Mooney converts a three-point play. He now has 7 points tonight. He'll go to the bench. 2:09 to go in the second quarter. The timeout's going to be called by Ryan Richmond. His team still have the 2-point advantage, leading slender with 2:09 left. We'll return in just under 90 seconds. Some nice replays we've seen so far here from the first half, and I can tell you one thing about Yuta Nishida. He just knows how to battle, and that was the big reason why Tom Havas selected him to play for Japan at the 2023 FIBA Basketball World Cup. It's a tough start here for Yuki Togashi. He has had a couple of threes already, but they need him to take them to Togashi time. The full court pressure coming from the Chiba Jets. TJ Hogue right at the top of the press. But Kubota is able to help Nishida break this one down. Kubota. Now finding Lehman. Lehman crosses over. Base goes in. No foul called. Can't finish. Now Chiba can tie the game up. Here we go. Finishes over bunnies. The alley-oop throwing to shoot the harder coming from Yuki Togashi. To work in transition to make himself available for that play. It's been a 5-0 run, 6-0 run, I should say. Nishida, nowhere to go. He tries another one. That's 3 attempts, nothing falling. Now Chiba can't take the lead with Togashi. She goes in, draws a foul. He'll go to the free throw line and hopefully give the Chiba Jets a lead. Well, much better transition basketball coming from the Chiba Jets and just making every opportunity, or taking every advantage, I should say. Well, Togashi, a native of Niigata, first played high school basketball in the USA, didn't get an NCAA scholarship, but did briefly play in the NBA G League and for a small time with Italian professional basketball team Dinamo Sassari before coming to Japan to play for the Akita Northern Happy Nets. So he's been the face of the Chiba Jets for almost a decade now as he missed the second free throw. 1-point lead currently here to the Chiba Jets. Well, they want to put the ball in the hands of Yuta Nishida. Nishida turning it over. Now here comes Watanabe. Watanabe goes in. I don't know if he got blocked by the rim or if Lehman came in with the hands. Now MIKAWA. Transition, reclaiming the 1-point lead. Another great save by Yuta Nishida. 17 seconds difference between game and shot clock at the moment. DJ Hogue goes from no man's land. No foul called against Devontae Gardner. We have 6 seconds difference between both game clock and shot clock. Seahorses have been leading this one the majority of the second quarter. Trying to get one final good look. Gardner now gets foul, goes in. The foul is on Togashi, so 3 free throws coming up. Togashi tells the referee, yeah. Well, Devontae Gardner says, hi, so des. Of course it's a foul. That's a poor foul to give away as well. Well, the free throw shooting has been very good tonight from MIKAWA. 9 out of 11 from the charity stripe so far this evening. Chiba Jets fans just trying to put off Devontae Gardner, but it comes to no avail. Because you think about that season he played in the second tier, the second division of Pro Basketball in France. He was the MVP that year when he played for EF Toulon. But every other season playing pro basketball from 2015-16 has indeed been in Japan. 9.3 left here in the first half. Gardner makes both free throws, giving them a 4-point lead. Chiba's final play, you know this is going to be Yuki Togashi time. Togashi, 3, it's up, not going to go. Watanabe doesn't get it off in time. And that is the end of the first half here as we return to the Japanese B.LEAGUE. And currently, it is MIKAWA Seahorses leading by 4 points against the Chiba Jets. Well, it's halftime, basketball fans. We're going to take a 20-minute break, but we'll return momentarily live here on B.LEAGUE International.
Thank you, your Seahorse MIKAWA Super Girls. 続いてはこのコーナー、タッチオンザステージ。シーホースMIKAWAのハーフタイムといえばチームとタレント契約を結んでいる達夫さんが毎回趣向を凝らしたネタを披露してくれていますが、今日は一体何をしてくれるんでしょうか。大きな拍手でお迎えください。達夫さんです。達夫さん、今日は何でしょうか。今節のテーマはガールズフェス。今日はあのガールズたちに思いを伝えたい。あのガールズ、はい、何ですか。どっから出してる。手紙ですか。じゃあ僕がこれを代読すればいいんですね。わかりました。じゃあ代読させていただきます。すごいしっかり書いてあるね。2枚もある。背景、三河の野山の雪も溶け始め、ようやく春の日差しがきらめく頃となりました。こうやって手紙を書くのは初めてで、ちょっと気恥ずかしくもあるのですが、それでも伝えたいことがあって書かせてもらいます。いつもありがとうございます。スーパーガールズの皆さん。あのガールズっていうのはスーパーガールズの皆さんだったんですね。今もね、ちょうど素敵なパフォーマンスをしてくれて今そこにいるので、じゃあ改めてお呼びしましょう。スーパーガールズの皆さんです。大きな拍手でお迎えください。達夫さんも目の前にして手紙を読まれるってちょっと恥ずかしいかもしれませんが、せっかくね書いてくださったんで、じゃあスーパーガールズの皆さんも聞いてください。 いつも熱い声援を送ってくれているスーパーガールズ、俺は知っています。会場ギリギリまで打ち合わせやリハで忙しくしながらも、それを一切感じさせない笑顔でみんなを迎え入れてくれていることを俺は知っています。たとえどんなに厳しい試合であっても、最後の最後まで全力で踊って全力で声を張り上げて会場の士気を高めてくれていることを俺は忘れません。タツオンダステージで巨大な流れ星になってもらったり、正月早々後ろで一緒になってオンファイヤーダンスしてくれたことを、そんなスーパーガールズに感謝の気持ちを伝えたくて、ガールズフェスの今日この手紙を書きました。改めて俺、スタッフ、そしてブースターのみんなに勇気を与えてくれてありがとう、達夫。素晴らしいですね。でも確かに本当にその通りです。どんな苦境でも常に笑顔で応援を忘れないスーパーガールズの皆さん。何手作りみたいなのあげて、ちょっとみんな困惑してるじゃん。すごいちょっと引いてんじゃん。なんか何あげてんの達夫。感謝の気持ちはいいけど、なんか既製品にしてよ。手作りとかちょっと達夫さんね、なんかちょっとみんな若干戸惑いを隠せない様子ではありますけれども、でもね、本当この手紙も書いてくれてね、大事なことです。ちょっとあまりの感動のあまりちょっとビスマルクみたいになってますけど、達夫さん、もうでもみんな気持ちは伝わったからね、ありがとうございます。何ですかと、俺の好感度が爆上がりしたところでスーパーガールズの皆さんに質問です。なんだよ、達夫派かシーホースくん派か改めて教えてください。どうでもいいよ、今の感動返せよ。聞きに行くな、詰めに行くな、どっちなんだとか。達夫、今の媚び売っといて俺派なんだろうとかやめろ。達夫、せっかくいいこと言ったんだから。なんて書いてあるの？達夫派かって書いてんの？ちょっとみんな違うって言ってでも改めてミサさん前出てきていただいていいですか。でも達夫がさっき言ってたことは本当だと思います。すごい皆さんのおかげでこの会場がいつも盛り上がっています。改めてミサさんから皆さんにメッセージをいただきたいと思います。お願いします。
はい、達夫、私たちこそいつもありがとうございます。そして今日のシーホースワーカーには私たちスーパーガールズも乗っています。教師のような笑顔で皆さんを後半も引っ張っていくので、一緒に大声援をよろしくお願いします。レッツゴーシーホース。
ありがとうございます。じゃあ達夫の手紙もお渡しします。ぜひ後半もスーパーガールズの皆さんのこの声に負けないように全員で声を出して戦っていきましょう。以上、タツオンダステージでした。
鮮度のいい店がいいね。だったらホットスタッフでしょ。派遣会社みたいな名前だな。ホット検査、最新求人、その日に掲載。鮮度いいだろう。あなたに近い派遣会社ホットスタッフ。なんだお前ら。進もう、一歩ずつ。未来を、自分を一緒に変えていこう。
ちはです。今度の映画ドラえもんは絵の中で大冒険。
このタヌキ可愛いですね。ちょっと何言ってるかわかんない。
春はドラえもん映画館で見てね。
求められるインフラは時代で変わる。求められるインフラは地域で変わる。本当に必要なインフラを提供し続けたい。その道のりは険しく果てしない。それでも私たちは地域の未来へ明日をつなぎたい。
リソナグループ B リーグ2024-25シーズンシーホース三河ホームゲーム。それではここで B リーグパートナー各社をご紹介いたします。 B リーグトップパートナーソフトバンク、 B リーグアイドルパートナーリソナグループ、 B リーグイノベーションパートナーインフロニアホールディングス、 B リーグパートナーズ日本郵便、 G ショック、日本生命、 B リーグサポーティングカンパニーズソニーミュージックエンターテインメント、モルテン、朝日新聞、日本経済新聞社、大塚製薬、野村工芸社、 EY ジャパン、エニタイムフィットネス、アーシャルデザイン、ストライク、 TIS、 スポーツデポ、ロックアイス、 B リーグサプライヤーアダストリア、 B リーグコミュニケーションパートナー LINE ヤフー、 B リーグスポーツ振興パートナースポーツくじウィナー。以上 B リーグパートナー各社のご紹介でした。ハーフタイムはシーホース君がライブ勉強をしてくれています。今日は何本ですね。大津試合終了後2回の目に展示します。どうぞご覧ください。シーホース君ありがとう。ハーフタイム中は会場内のお手洗いが大変混雑します。お手洗いですが会場外の非常公園駐車場にもございます。係員の案内に従ってご利用ください。お客様へのお願いです。会場内で写真、動画を撮影する際はフラッシュを使用しての撮影は禁止です。フラッシュが選手の目に入ってプレーに影響が出てしまいます。お手持ちのカメラ、スマートフォンの設定を今一度ご確認いただき、フラッシュの出ないように設定をお願いいたします。皆様のご協力よろしくお願いいたします。ここでゲームデープログラムでご使用していたミモザの花束プレゼントの当選発表です。時間をご覧ください。西野由紀さん、佐藤美希さん、園川理恵さん、杉浦桃香さん、大森咲さん、本間紗恵さん、原田あかみさん、おめでとうございます。当選された方は今から試合終了後30分後までに場外インフォメーションにてお引き換えください。でもうまだありますね。井筒敦子さん、鈴木雅美さん、鈴木杏さん、浜口美沙さん、小家美子さん、平川真央子
Welcome back, Braswell fans. We're getting ready for the second half at the moment here between the MIKAWA Seahorses and the Chiba Jets, where it's currently a 4-point lead here to the hosts, who have turned this one around. Granted, the fact 9 3-point field goals have indeed been converted by the Chiba Jets, but they find themselves still trailing. Well, here's how they were able to break the zone defense down. Very interesting play by MIKAWA Seahorses to come out into a 2-3 zone. And Chiba had no problem breaking it down, but once they converted, it's a man-to-man matchup. Things turned around here for Seahorses MIKAWA. Well, Jake Lehman's had a good first half so far. Of course, Nagano coming into the game, hitting 2 3-pointers for the Seahorses. And you have to remember, this matchup between these two teams, they could very well find themselves in wild card action, because both of them sitting out of the top 2 in their respective divisions above the Central and the Eastern Conference. Devontae Gardner, 20 points. The former Marquette University superstar leading the way here at the moment. Well, Gardner's been unstoppable. He's been tough to handle. And that was the kick out in the end, finding another wide open 3-pointer. DJ Ho converting 3 along with Christopher Smith. They have been unstoppable at the moment. There was Jake Lehman hitting his first three. Well, you definitely see how this game has gone between these two. I think if it ever picks up like it did in the second quarter, it's going to be a wild ending. Shoot the Hara on the alley-oop. Well, there your stats. 9 3-pointers. Combined total 16 between both. Well, 14 free throws taken by MIKAWA. Was winning the rebound count 20-18 here at the moment. But Chiba do have 8 offensive boards. And the problem with Chiba indeed has been the turnovers. And they'll be looking to turn that around here in the second half. I said Gardner had 20, actually has 23. Remember, he had another step back fadeaway 3-pointer. Was the man who was an MVP in his first year of pro basketball. He did play in Japan, or played in France's second division for Toulon. Well, great game by Yudai Nishida with 11 points. There's only DJ Ho getting double figures. Watanabe, Togashi, and Smith all with 9 each, followed up by John Mooney with 7. Of course, there has been a return from B.LEAGUE International, or return to B.LEAGUE International from the FIBA Asia Cup qualifying window, and have already qualified for the 2025 FIBA Asia Cup. There's actually key players to look out for tonight. Of course, great game so far here from Christopher Smith with 9 points, and 8 points still coming at the moment from Jake Lehman. You got to think there's definitely more to come from Lehman. He's been unstoppable. He's only missed 1 free throw tonight. Well, MIKAWA lead by 4. Question is, can they hold on to this? Gardner had 23 in the first half. So no doubt Trevor Gleason's probably said to his players at halftime, look, we got to handle this guy. We got to keep him off the offensive rebounds. We've also got to double team him in the paint. We cannot let him get going early on. Well, if you are watching this game live on B.LEAGUE International, please let us know where in the world you're watching so we can give you a shout out. Shout out to Kevin S. Tugboat. Tyler Schultz asks, are Chiba cooked? Good question. Just welcome to Ron Webb, Kyle as well. Nihama, Wadapenyo, Chutai, Taiwan, Daniel, Lancho.
Let's go, Seahorses!
And MIKAWA will have the first possession. Hoping to get off to another good start here in the third quarter. for a handoff. He's missed three. Again, he's now 0 for 4 from the three-point line. He was their big signing of the summer. Welcome to Christian Lescano watching from the Philippines. Actually wearing a Gilas Filipinas jersey at the moment. Gets another Tagashi turnover. She comes up with it. Gardner's got 23 to leave him wide open, and he almost had another one. Oh, they're taking gambles, leaving him wide open. Watanabe spins, but it's going to be an offensive foul. Well, I think that's the right call. You clearly saw an arm being chucked out there. Let's have a look at the replay. That's a good call. 99.9999999%. That's going to be called in international basketball. We'll talk about watching from Portland, Oregon. I saw you speaking Bahasa Indonesian language earlier. Interesting. Russ going for a post-up. Got it by Smith. Just bullies his way in. He's able to finish with the putback. Good defense. There's even better offense. Schultz. Well, I disagree with you, Tyler. They just had a tough season when they were rocked by injuries. They actually were the best team in the beginning of the season. Smith goes in. He's able to finish with the drop on the bucket. 11 points tonight for Christopher Smith. Second leading score tonight for the Jets. Gardner tries another one. The shot is up. 26 points for Devontae Gardner. He is unconscious. 33 years young, and he's cooking. He's made the second one. You don't want to leave him wide open too much longer. Smith tumbles, finds Hana. Good shot, but it's another turnover. So now, here comes Seahorses. That's good defense by Smith. But another unforced turnover. Against the kind of nightmare of the mode when the Chiba Jets. You have the shooting goes to 13 points. Shout out to my guy, Kevin Smith. Or Kevin Smith, what did I say? So Kevin S. Watching from Northern California. Apologies, Kevin. Jet lagged right now. Commentating this game from Hanoi, Vietnam. The Smith now fires a three. There's the Smith. Smith now fights for it. Seahorses come up with it. Another three. Can he get it? He got a Suda 0 for 5. Well, he's struggling from the perimeter tonight. Can Chiba have an offense where they don't turn it over? That's going to be something. Moving down the middle. Much better pick and roll play, but he misses the layup. He's out of bounds. It's going to remain Chiba Jets ball. In that play there, just clearly struggled to keep that one in bounds. And again, interesting, MIKAWA going back into his own defense. This was the defense that caused him problems. Togashi puts up a deep one. Where is up? Three-pointer, number 10 for Chiba. And why go back into his own? Play zone against Chiba, he's going to pay the price. Simple as that. Here's how long you want to stand. It's an offensive foul, so now the tide be turning here at the moment. Yeah, Tyler, we heard you the first time, dude. What's your opinion? Cool. .633 to go here in the third quarter. Johnson cut it down to a two-possession ball game. He did his last three. Not going to get this one. He tries to battle for the offensive board, but Seahorses come back up with his United Shida trying to push full steam ahead. Well, Johnson doesn't take many threes. Takes the handoff. Goes in and simply bullies his way in the paint. MIKAWA's leading back to 8 points. play. Simple as that. What are you doing that one? Heavily defended inside the key. Smith goes himself, goes in. Count it. He's going to the free throw line. Trying to cut this down too. 5-point deficit. I'm amazed he kept that in his head. Somehow, someway. Finds that one. Kevin S., that's what I was thinking. What's Tyler's beef with the Chiba Jets? But everyone's entitled to an opinion.
2つ目のファウル。バスケットカウントフリースロー1本が与えられます。ワンシャット。
Almost 4.5 minutes play here in the third quarter. MIKAWA still hold on to a slender 5-point lead. As DJ Hogue is going to sub back in, who's had a very good game. He was the leading scorer at the end of the first half for Chiba. When they went back into that zone defense, that's what caused MIKAWA a few problems. But 26-9 for Gardner. Finds Nishida. Final seconds. Gardner's got to force this one up. It's a bit of a tough one. That hit the rim. That's going to count. That should count. Or should it? Did they catch the rebound in the process before it hit the rim?
No basket.
See the replay to get a full analysis on that one. Move to the replay. No, it did not touch the rim. That's the benefit of these games being live on YouTube. You can go back. Not only do I get to talk to you great fans, I also get to look back on any things I'm unsure about. It's a great call by the referees. Lana finds Mooney inside the key now, cutting it down to a 3-point deficit. Chiba patiently getting back in this one. Now we're over the halfway mark. Chiba finding Devontae Gardner. He's actually getting ready for a double team. Down the middle, no foul. Polo finds a Gus. A fall up is good. Second chance points could be the difference. Maybe you could argue the fact that MIKAWA does have a size advantage against Chiba. Mooney facing up there against Gardner. Goes baseline. Again, a very poor offense. Great defense, though. Nishida goes in. Euro step B.LEAGUE. Beautiful play. 15 points. And he's going to the free throw line to try and make this MIKAWA's first double-digit lead of the game. Oh, nice. It's not even a Euro step. It's a scoop step. Well, Kevin, thanks for asking, my friend. I'm actually in Hanoi, Vietnam. I'm in the home country of my wife. I'm flying to her home city, Da Nang, tomorrow, so I'm calling this one in the north. A little bit jet lagged, but now Naoki Tashiro, the former Ruku Golden Kings player, subbing back into the game at the moment. Well, subbing into the game for the first time. Kevin, that's where the jet lag comes in. Mid-range is going to be sicked at by John Mooney. Just calms down their confidence slightly. 11 points tonight for Mooney. Trying to keep this in single digits to try and get back as close as possible before we head into the fourth quarter. Kubota. These where it's been a problem defensively tonight for Chiba. They've given away too many unnecessary fouls. This is great work there by Zach and Gus, just keeping or preventing John Mooney from coming out and switching. Well, no, it's actually on Yuki Togashi. That's the second personal. So free throws now here for Kubota. And MIKAWA has been so much better from the free throw line, attempting 15 tonight, converting 12 of those. Chiba has taken 8 free throws. They've only missed 1, but you got to think getting to the charity stripe a lot more tonight has been a big difference. Tyler, that's the wrong pronoun, dude. Not bear as in possessive. Free throw Watanabe, that cuts it down to a 2-possession ball game. 12 points tonight for the former NBA superstar. With just over 3:15 to go here in the third quarter. MIKAWA's been great. Defensively, can they hold through? He's got a mismatch. Goes up here against Tagashi. Got finish. Oh, unable to get the rebound. And down the middle. There's a kick out. Yoshida fires a 3. Lady just so aggressive on the offensive boards. Another chance here for MIKAWA Seahorses. When Yoshida tries another 3, this time it's good. While both teams have been excellent tonight from the three-point line. 7-point lead still here for MIKAWA Seahorses. After goes the alley that Mooney connects with it midair. And the former Fighting Irish player who played 1 year of pro basketball in the Australian NBL. I think a timeout's going to be called. Oh, no, it's just a substitution. So it looks like Christopher Smith will be subbing back in the game at the moment here for the Chiba Jets. Well, nice pick-and-roll scenario. Sets another one. Zach August didn't quite drop far enough. Well, Lemonade Prime, thank you for your kind words, my friends. Appreciate it all the time. Donald's got 3 points here in the third quarter. He posts up. Nobody's going to stop him. Right there, you saw him. Unless you double team him. He'll end up with 40 points this evening. Has 28 at the moment. Only 5 though here in the second half. He had an extraordinary first half. Good penetrates, goes in. Unstoppable. They need him to go on Super Christopher Smith mode. 16th points tonight for C. Smith. Nagano's made a few threes tonight. That one's way off the mark. But again, Seahorses just battle for the offensive boards. It goes out of bounds. I think Chiba will really get this one back. I think Jake Lehman's trying to say he got fouled there, but I think that's good defense. Well, a big thank you to Lemonade Prime for donating $5. Thank you, brother. We're going to cut it down to a one-possession ball game. Smith in the corner, 16-9, 3 is up, and now it's only a 2-point deficit. With under a minute to go, and that's a crucial 3. He's got 19. And a jump ball is going to be called. And I think Chiba will get it back. So with 53.1 left with this possession, great defense by Naoki Tashido. As he won a B.LEAGUE championship with the Rookie Golden Kings against the Chiba Jets. Going back to what I said, this now could be a 2-for-1 for Chiba, which could very well see them take the lead going into the fourth quarter. Both wide open. Smith contested 3 is up again, giving Chiba a 1-point lead, 22 points tonight from downtown Sacramento. Well, Jimmy Alabag and the Sacramento Kings, I say this every time I commentate the Chiba Jets. Smith is cooking. 7 seconds difference between game and shot clock. Nagano finds Gardner, put a double team, can't finish. He's out of bounds, but MIKAWA will get this one back. Well, timeout's going to be called. And they could have led by 10. Indeed, they now trail by 1. Chiba have found a way back. We will return in just under 90 seconds. 2.2 left on the shot clock for MIKAWA Seahorses. So, Tyler Schultz, I hate to bring it to you, but nobody used you as motivation, bro. Nobody. All right, 1-point ball game. Jets up by 1. Seahorses, they've only got 2.2 left here on the shot clock. You got to get it in bounds. They're going to get it in bounds. They're going to turn it over. Well, here we go now. And they're going to throw it. Oh, no, he missed it. Oh, did he make it? Oh, he made it. He missed that one. And that will do the end of the third quarter. Chiba have a 3-point lead. Oh, great defense. No foul call. I like the good no call. I thought this came out the rim. Oh, no, it came off his foot. I thought he missed that dunk, but Yuta Watanabe giving the Chiba Jets a 3-point lead as we head into the final 10. Well, we're going to take a short 2-minute break, and we'll return momentarily. Welcome back, Braswell fans. We're live here at Matsue City in the MIKAWA Prefecture. We're currently the return to the Japanese B.LEAGUE. It's a 3-point lead currently to the visitors, Chiba Jets, who turned this game around in the third quarter. Suffocated defense coming. Got it now, go for a post-up. Foul has been called. He tried to go for a shot attempt. That's going to be called on the ground. Well, now contest shooter came over the double team. Just a little overzealous on that play, I'd say. That's what they want. Gardner finds Lehman. Gotta shoot this one. Contested shot, no good. They turn it right back over, and the follow-up is good again. And this is what we saw from Chiba in the first half as Yogo Sumino putting it down to a one-point ball game. Well, Chiba need composure. That's what they need. Something's been called off the board. I don't know.
ファウル、シーホース三河7番長野1つ目のファウル、1つ目のチームファウルです。
I think a foul's going to be called against. Oh yeah, you can definitely see right there, Satoshi Nagano. Making no attempt to defend. With a foul off the ball. It's another college foul picked up here from Sumino. Sumino had hands all over Christopher Smith. It's the second personal foul of the game. Heavy defense again coming from the Seahorses. Watanabe. There's another one. I think he's going to go to the free throw line. So that's 3 consecutive fouls they picked up there in one offense. And that's not great for the Seahorses. Well, Watanabe at the free throw line. He doesn't get the drop. He's having struggles from the charity stripe this season. Of course, his return, I say his return, his debutant season now here in the B-League for the Chiba Jets. After years in the NBA with the Brooklyn Nets, the Phoenix Suns, and briefly with the Memphis Grizzlies, missing both free throws. That goes out of bounds. Jake Layman thinking there was a foul that should have been called. Referee's happy to let play continue. Take time. Yes, three-pointer number 8. And again, giving them the 2-point cushion as Sumino carries that one for the corner. I kind of think this game might go down to the British shooting. Smith in the court again. This guy has no limits. He is simply indestructible. Smith just lightened it up. Response here at the moment from the Seahorse. Smith goes coast to coast. And is there any man on planet Earth that can stop Christopher Smith? I don't think so. Ghana goes baseline, nowhere to go. Ghana's got to isolate. And he's getting an offensive foul, so now it's becoming a calamity here at the moment for the Chiba Jets. Oh, excuse me, for the Seahorses MIKAWA. He has slightly just gone in the favor of the Jets. It's only a 3-point deficit, but you definitely feel the momentum is going in favor of Chiba. Well, Zach August subbing back in the game at the moment here for MIKAWA. Along with the likes of the national team player, Yuda Nishida. And also Kubota's coming back in. Well, Coach Ryan Richmond not wasting any time to rotate his players. He wanted to give them a little bit more rest, but realizes now he's got to get them in. Well, Smith just getting away with a hook. Ishimura one. Rebound fully in the hands of Gardner. Rebound count's been relatively equal between these two teams. You could argue the fact that been better offensive rebounding from MIKAWA, but another foul is going to be called against Naoki Tashido. Looks like Tashiro's going to go to the bench. So Shutahara coming back in the game. Of course, Naoki Tashido, when I mentioned playing for Uki Golden Kings, winning the championship against Chiba Jets, he also eliminated his current team in the semifinals last season in the playoffs. Gus now going for a post-up. Got it by DJ Hogue. Well, nice footwork goes in, but no foul called. But Chiba turned it over again. Ryogo Sumino just trying to prevent a technical foul being called against Zach Gus. Now there's 0.8 of a second left here on the shot clock. So literally there's no time left for MIKAWA. You got to get it in. You just got to force whatever you can up. Gus. That should be it. Yeah, they're going to call it, yeah. As long as a 24-second violation, the clock just didn't start in time. Well, I don't think they should go for a review because clearly time had not started when the ball hit the hand of Zach August. But I think the officials may have to review this if a head coach challenge is called, but I wouldn't waste this one if I was Coach Ryan Richmond. So Kevin S. has asked the question, do you have coaches challenges in Japan? Yes, you do. In any FIBA certified league, they do have coach challenges. And I'm with Lemonade Prime. Refs have an obvious lead in this game. Oh, I thought he meant the decision. No, I do not agree with you. I take that back. I do not agree with you, Lemonade Prime. Refs do not have a obvious lead. I thought you meant the obvious decision, so I take that completely back. Well, nice response here from MIKAWA. We saw another three-pointer from Christopher Smith. 20 points tonight for Nishida. Just over 6 minutes to go. Hope fires another one. This guy is keeping this team at bay. In the lead. 4-3 tonight. Lemonade Prime. I've agreed with everything you said tonight. You talk a lot of sense. You caught me off by God there. Literally, your basketball IQ is better than mine. Well, Nishida just loses control of it. Gardner comes up with it. Now he tries another three. No man's land. The bank's not open. Chiba at the moment look like they're going to run away with this one. Well, if Chiba are to win this game, you got to put it down to the perimeter shooting. They have been on fire tonight, but it's going to be an offensive foul. Oh, Chiba's hit 16 three-pointers. 16 three-pointers tonight. Incredible. Well, the foul's not on Togashi. It's actually an illegal screen. Tyler, how can you ask that question? You've been saying how bad they are, and now you ask, are they going to pull away finally? Ty, come on, my guy. Come on, man. Well, the foul's going to be called against Christopher Smith. Well, here's where Gardner's been tough. Chiba now, getting ready for a double team. Kubota, got to make this one. Struggling to make three-pointers, and that's going to be a poor foul to give away. And it's on Ryogo Sumino. I like the initiative. You want to battle, but can't be giving those fouls away because the problem with that one is you've already put Chiba into the penalty, so 2 free throws coming up for Shutahara. Well, Shutahara indeed has been an outstanding ambassador for Chiba Jets in Japanese basketball. Of course, 32 years of age, still in the prime of his career, standing at 187 centimeters. I mean, he's a prime-time defender. His entire career with the Chiba Jets. Second one good. Biggest lead of the game for Chiba. 5:25 to go. Nice give it go. Zach Gus goes in with a two-handed flush. And that's what Seahorses needed. Just needed somebody to step up at some point in this game. Just to give them that form of inspiration now with Zach August. He's actually not only American, he's also Greek-American. He's from Cambridge, Massachusetts. Like John Mooney's not on the floor. Played at Notre Dame. Hogue now kicks out. Smith's been on fire. Another three. Are you kidding me? Downtown, the king of Sacramento. 33 points. Christopher Smith is a certified walking bucket. Well, it's going to be a timeout to MIKAWA Seahorses. They got a problem. Christopher Smith. And I got to agree with Eric Luzuriaga. Smith is him. And even Tyler Schultz has turned the tide. He's become a Chiba Jets fan. He's getting a Chiba Jets tattoo with Christopher Smith on it. Incredible what we're witnessing. Christopher Smith is simply the definition of three letters tonight. MVP. Well, again, welcome here to Matsui City in the MIKAWA Prefecture. You got to remember, if you're joining us just now, MIKAWA Seahorses, both teams fighting for a playoff spot this season in the B-League, were leading for the bulk of this game. But one Christopher Smith, he is him, quoted by Eric Luzuriaga, the king of Sacramento. And Darlene McFall Smith, is he your son, sister? Because let me tell you something, he's got the genetics of an elite basketball professional. Not the first time he's played like this in the B-League. Not like this season. He's done this every year. This is just a regular day at the office for Christopher Smith. This is light work. They gotta force it before again. The bank is open. And that cuts it down as Kubota makes a huge three-pointer. 12 points. Game's not over. Not by a long shot. But unless MIKAWA Seahorses learn how to stop Christopher Smith, this is going to be a long night. Or long 4 minutes, I should say. Smith now 33, mid-range. And even he's human. Gonna go for another three. This one's up. Well, foul's going to be called. It's a push in the back. Well, Darlene McFall Smith, let me tell you something right now. I've been commentating the B-League now for 5 years. Third year with Christopher Smith. You must be a very proud mother because he's a hell of a basketball player. He is truly incredible. The 2 years he played for John Patrick, winning the Emperor's Cup in his rookie season here in the B-League. And I even remember when he played in the second or third division of French basketball, seeing those stats. Well, congratulations to both Pete and Darlene Smith. And the problem now with this foul, well, Jake Lehman's coming back into the game here for MIKAWA. Well, Zach August is going to go to the bench. He'll take a breather. So now, well, it's actually the foul was not towards John Mooney. It was towards Shuta Hada. So free throws again here for Hada. He's only got 4 points tonight, but he put him up by 9 points. Lead currently to Chiba, 3:45 left. MIKAWA's got to make everything count here at the moment. Both hit that three-point. That's a nice take by Devontae Gardner. Big man putting it on the ground. I think he's got 30 at the moment. Indeed, trying to get to a 7-point ball game. We've just got to keep on playing at the moments. Remember, MIKAWA's got no more fouls to give. Lehman almost comes over to steal now. That's going to go too. I thought Lehman got a touch to that one. Looks like that's going to go to MIKAWA. MIKAWA's got to be calculated this moment. They've got to make good decisions. 3:09 left. 7 points doesn't seem like a lot, but you got to think. They've got to find ways to score, and then they've got to defend without fouling. Kubota finds Lehman. And it's going to be an illegal screen, and there you see the mistake after mistake here for the Seahorses. You can see that one coming from a mile away.
Defense!
And illegal screen.
Timeout for Chiba. First timeout.
Well, Chiba's going to call timeout. They have the lead. They have the momentum, and they have the cheat code, the most valuable player, the chosen one, the unsung hero, the king of Sacramento, Christopher Smith. Well, we're going to return in under 90 seconds from this timeout. Here we go, 2:58 to go. Jets have the ball with under 3 minutes.
Defense!
Gashi's had a very quiet game tonight. They've been able to contain him, but they just haven't been able to stop Christopher Smith. Gashi down the middle. Finds Mooney. Smith puts the ball on the ground. One-legged floater. Down a little bit cold. Well, they've got to score here. They've got to build momentum, that's for sure.
ファウル、千葉。34番、スミス。4つ目のファウル。4つ目のチームファウルです。Let's go Seahorses! Timeout for Seahorses, second timeout.
Well, MIKAWA Seahorses now will call timeout. They're down by 7, 2:25 to go. As mentioned, still time here left for them. They've got to find ways offensively to get points, and then they've got to get stops without picking up fouls. We'll return in under 90 seconds. Clock at the moment. Sideline possession. Looks like Chiba Jets going into a 2-3 zone. Go back into a man-to-man matchup. Kubota. Now got it by Smith. Penetrates. Kubota can't get it. Poor offense by Seahorses. Probably could have got something better from that play. Now under the 2-minute mark. Chiba out to win this. It's been the 16 3-pointers they've made in this game. Smith got it by Lehman. Goes for another one. Step back. Now misses last 3 attempts, but an offensive rebound falling into the hands of Watanabe. Chiba may have just done enough here to hang on. She hesitates. Kicks out, finds Smith. And now Watanabe. And a Yasumi Nasai. Good night to the city of Matsuo. 10-point lead to the Jets. It looks like they're going to begin the return to B.LEAGUE action from the FIBA Continental break with a win. MIKAWA just haven't been able to match up to the 3-point shooting tonight here from Chiba. They're going to come up with a steal. Another open 3. That cuts it back down to 7. That just gives them a bit of life. Going to MIKAWA. They've hit 12 3-pointers tonight. 29 threes hit in total between these two teams. Big ball violation has been given. He just gets a foot to it.
Head coach challenge ゲームクロックを確認いたします。
Well, head coach's challenge is going to be given, so we're going to find out what the referees are going to decide here. Called by Ryan Richmond. Chiba don't necessarily need to rush anything here. As soon as they get it in, clock is really on their side, but we'll find out momentarily what the refs are going to say. Again, if you are just joining us, we're live here in the MIKAWA Prefecture at the Matsue City Gymnasium. Both MIKAWA Seahorses and the Chiba Jets have not quite had the return season from last year. Of course, the Jets did begin this season as probably the B-League's favorites, but after picking up, I say 2, it's actually 3 injuries they've had. Watanabe, John Mooney, DJ Hogue. And since sustaining those horrific injuries, the season has been, I would say, almost hindered, but if they can win tonight, this will be the 5th win in a row off the back of the FIBA window. .101 to go here in the 4th quarter. Jets inbounders on the sideline. MIKAWA's got no fouls to give. Jets just need to pass it around. Nash down the middle, goes into the floor to count finish. Gardner with a rebound. Nishida's got to find something. You know he's got one thing on his mind. That's going to be a 3-pointer. There's a hesitation down low. That cuts it down to a 5-point ball game with 40.8 left. As Abby Schaffer just makes the reverse layup. Oh, don't need a foul. I turn it over. Gardner comes up with it. So that's going to be 2 free throws coming up for Devontae Gardner. Now, if he makes both of these, it's a 3-point ball game. And John Mooney felt he got fouled by Devontae Gardner. So big free throws now for Gardner. He's got to make these tonight. Well, 30 points. He's 8 for 8 from the free throw line. Can he hold his nerve? Got to make them both. No problem on the first one. You can see the MIKAWA fans watching in nervousness. And it's only a 3-point ball game. 8.4 seconds difference between game and shot clock. MIKAWA don't need to foul here. But why? Why would they foul? What was the point? All you have to do is play defense for 24 and then get it back for 8 seconds. Not a great choice. That just sends Togashi to the free throw line. And I think a timeout may be about to be called. No timeout. Togashi's just got to make these free throws. You know, I'm not exactly peed off as you say, Tyler Schultz. I'm just questioning the decision making. I want to see this game go down to the wire. I want to see a buzzer beater. But Togashi, the first ever $1 million player in Japan. That's right. He's the first ever Japanese pro player to sign a $1 million contract. Oh, he missed them both. Incredible. And now, MIKAWA, a 3 would tie it up. Down by 3, Kubota goes in, and now he cuts it down a 1-point ball game. Well, incredible scenes here at the moment. Chiba Jets were leading by 10 points with under 90 seconds to go. And now they only lead by 1. Well, we're going to take a short break from this timeout, and we'll be back. Incredible scenes here in the B-League. Well, Chiba's got to get it in bounds, and then he got to anticipate a foul's coming, but you know MIKAWA's going to try to stop here or trap us somewhere. Both struggling to get it in bounds. Finds Watanabe. This is better from the Jets. Passing away from the pressure. They got a foul here. And they foul Christopher Smith. So with 13.4 seconds left, this is going to be a wild ending. The very best is going to make this a 3-point ball game. But Smith, as great as he's been tonight, well, he's been great. He hasn't missed a free throw. He's taken 4 so far this evening. Trying to make up for the 2 missed free throws by Yuki Togashi. Oh no, he missed it. And even Superman is mortal. Chiba Jets fans, you can see they look nervous in the background right now. 13.4, Smith has got to make this free throw. Makes the second one. 2-point lead to the Jets. And a timeout's going to be called by MIKAWA Seahorses. Basketball fans, fasten your seatbelts. I think we're going to have a Yudai Nishida 3-pointer to win this game. I can see it coming, but we'll find out momentarily. Incredible scenes. Well, let me know in the live YouTube comment bank right now who's going to win this game. Will it be the Chiba Jets or will it be the MIKAWA Seahorses? And if the Seahorses win it, who's taking the game winner? I think it's going to Yudai Nishida. I think Nishida is going to hit the game winner, but he does have Ryan Richmond, head coach of the Seahorses, does have Yutaro Suda, who hasn't made a 3-pointer tonight. Which tells me now would be the time to make it, but he'd have to come off the bench. Well, here we go, basketball fans. Well, we just have a slight delay in game. Referees just want to sort something out with the clock. Not quite sure what the issue is. We have a slight delay in game at the moment. Still trying to figure out maybe some substitution Chiba couldn't make right there that they've just tried to make.
Let's go, Seahorses!
I think we're ready to get things back on the way. Well, here we go, basketball fans. 13.4. MIKAWA down by 2 points. Chiba, can they hold on to the lead? Neither team with any fouls to give. Well, they find Devontae Gardner. Gardner finds Nishida. There's the three. Nishida doesn't get it. Gardner offensive rebound gets rejected. And there it is again. And again, Watanabe said sayonara. Ayasu Minasai. The block from Yuta Watanabe. Well, Watanabe couldn't with the big denial. The block that potentially prevented this game from going into overtime. And the Chiba Jets, they win from the return of the FIBA Asia Cup qualifiers. Big time block by a big time player. Chiba, hang on. Well, Watanabe-san again made the massive block shot that did indeed win the game tonight for the Chiba Jets. Well, they had 3 chances. They got 3 shots off in the end, but just wasn't meant to be. They went to Yuta Nishida for the 3-point. Jets win this one. It's all over. Big win for the Chiba Jets. Well, great performance, though. A good comeback in the end by Ryan Richmond's players. I mean, he's a fantastic coach, no doubt about it. But it was all down to the offense of that man and a final block from Watanabe-san. Well, these two, they will meet again tomorrow, same place, same time, here in the Mikawa Prefecture in the city of Matsue. And a big-time block by, indeed, that man, Yuta Watanabe. Well, a huge block to say the least. Every great player has to come in and pitch in and do something a little bit extra for the team, and Watanabe, he proved that tonight here for the Chiba Jets. The Seahorses players, indeed, show their appreciation to the home crowd, who, gave a monumental, magnificent atmosphere here tonight. Well, we are going to hear from head coach Trevor Gleason. We'll probably hear from the game's most valuable player, Superman Christopher Smith. Give him any nickname you want, any accolade. That's just fantastic. He was an outstanding professional tonight. Had a great game from Devontae Gardner, plus 30 points this evening. He's having a fantastic game, but can he propel this team to get into the B.LEAGUE playoffs? That is going to be the huge challenge for the MIKAWA Seahorses. Let's listen now to head coach Trevor Gleason and see what he has to say about his team's victory tonight here
グリーンソンヘッドコーチ、まずはゲーム1勝利おめでとうございます。
Yeah, look, it was a tough battle, but before I start, I just want to say thoughts and prayers to Kevin Braswell's family. I coach against him in Australia as a player and a coach, and a great guy, and our thoughts today are with him.
はい、まず本当にタフな試合だったんですけど、その前にですね、やっぱり宇都宮のヘッドコーチ、ブラズウェルヘッドコーチがお亡くなりになりまして、ご家族にお悔やみの方を申し上げたいと思います。
Look, it was pretty ugly first game back after the FIBA break and our timing and rhythm, but both teams fought really hard, and I was happy that we were able to get that stretch on them. We should have probably won that in the last couple of minutes. We have to work on our foul shooting.
はい、やはり、フィーバーブレイク明けの試合ということで、お互いちょっとリズムがつかめない状態の中の試合でお互いにタフに戦ったんですけども、最後もね、試合の流れで残り1分まで、あとは自分たちのフリースローをですね、決めきればというところもあったんですけども、そこもしっかり修正して明日に準備していきたいと思います。
三河のですね、どのあたりを警戒されていましたか？
What are parts that we thought that we had to be careful of Mikawa's basketball?
Well, we know they're very good, and obviously with Gardner, you know, he can score everywhere, gets to the foul line, gets a lot of calls his way. So we tried to exploit him on the other end and setting the good screens. And we got some really good threes against their box and one and against their zone defense. So really happy with our teamwork.
はい、やはり三河さんというのは本当に強いチームで、やっぱりその中心にいるのはガードナー選手ということを警戒しておりました。やっぱり彼はどこでもシュートできるというのもあったんですけども、それを逆に生かして自分たちのオフェンスで外のスリーとか相手のゾーンだったりボックスワンに対して外のスリーも当たることができて本当に良かったなと思いました。
はい、今日はですね、チームで18本のスリーポイントを沈めました。特に相手が三河がゾーンの時に高確率で入っていたように感じるんですが、ゾーンアタックとどのような感じでしょうか。
Yeah, I think we're really unselfish as a team. We pass the ball to the open man, and obviously we've got some great shooters with Yuki, Utah, and Chris, who's on fire, and DJ can stretch the floor too. So the ball's got to move for shooters, and I was happy we were able to pass the ball around.
はい、やっぱり自分たちの強みであるアンサービッシュ、相手の人にしっかりボールを回すというところがチームの強みが出たのかなと思います。特にやっぱりチームとして富樫選手をはじめ渡辺選手、クリストファー選手も含めてみんなシュートもできるし、DJ も中でしっかりコートを広げてくれた部分もあるので、そこをしっかり決めきることができて本当に良かったなと思いました。
はい、ありがとうございました。明日のゲーム2も頑張ってください。
Well, an absolute great human being, Trevor Gleason, is to show the appreciation, respect, unfortunately, to the horrific passing of Kevin Braswell, and our thoughts and prayers go to his family. Such a sad time, not only in Japanese basketball, but for world basketball today. We lost a great human being, but now let's hear from the game's most valuable player, Christopher Smith.
はい、スミス選手、ゲーム1勝利おめでとうございます。
Man, great game, first game back since the break, so we're all just, a little rusty, but we played like a team and did what we had to do tonight.
やっぱりフィーバーブレイク明けということでチームとしてまだちょっと噛み合わない部分もあったんですけども、しっかり今日勝ち切ることができて本当に良かったです。
今日手元の、データですと、スリーポイント7本を含む34ポイント、シーズンハイだと思います。はい、今日の試合振り返ってどうですか
？Man, great game. The ball was, flowing. Teammates, coaches, everyone did a good job getting me the ball, and as did I. We would make extra passes, so we just did a really good job as a team tonight.
はい、本当にいい試合でした。やっぱチームとしてしっかりボールを回して相手の人、そして自分自身も探すことができて、それもコーチングスタッフも含めてですね、自分にボールが回ったこともそれを決めきることもできて本当に良かったなと思いました。
はい、三河の印象はどういったものでしょうか
？Man, a great team. They're playing a very fast pace for us. They're big, so yeah, they're a great team, and all credit to them. It was a tough match tonight.
はい、本当に三河というのは本当に強いチームだということを認識しておりますし、あと速いペース、あとやっぱ大きい選手がいるということで、それに対して自分たちも準備してきて本当にタフな試合になりました。
最後にファンの皆さんにメッセージをお願いします。
Thank you guys for all your support. We see you here tonight. Thank you for watching also on TV, and keep cheering us on for tomorrow.
はい、いつも本当に応援ありがとうございます。会場にお越しのファンの皆様も、そしてバスケットライブをご覧の皆様も本当にたくさんの応援ありがとうございます。明日も引き続き応援のほどよろしくお願いします。
はい、ありがとうございました。明日のゲーム2も頑張ってください。
ありがとうございます。
Well, you heard from superstar player Christopher Smith. I mean, he just was simply a terrific player. And it's not the first time he's done this season or this time in the B.LEAGUE. He's been simply outstanding every single time he's took the court for the Chiba Jets. Just a prime-time professional, a certified scorer, a walking bucket. But now indeed, we'll take a look at the highlights from this magnificent game. A big win for the Chiba Jets on their return from the international break. Well, beginning the Devontae Gardner show, having well over 20 points in the first half. He was simply too tough to handle. And Jets try to get things going with John Mooney inside the paint, but Mooney had his struggles in this game, as did Yuki Togashi. And there was a three by Togashi. Started the game actually quite well, but succumbed to the pressure from the backcourt of the MIKAWA Seahorses. Well, Watanabe got it going on early here for the Jets. His perimeter shooting did prove to be very valuable in the first half. I mean, they had 17 three-point field goals tonight, the Chiba Jets. 17. Oh, no. Corrected. 18 three-pointers from Chiba. Incredible. Well, that time DJ Hogu did hit 4 threes for the Jets. He was on fire as well. The man who played for Cholet in the French Pro LMB. Look at this here from Devontae Gardner. One-legged fadeaway. Are you kidding me? Well, Devontae had some big moments, no doubt about it. But it was just too little, too late. Well, terima kasih, sama-sama, baby, to Dapanto, my brother from Indonesia. Thanks for joining us, bro. But it just simply was the Christopher Smith show. There's just too many costly turnovers in this game. Zach Gus taking full advantage of this one. Finally, Jake Lehman. Lehman, quiet game for his standards as well. Probably one of the better imports going to find here in the B-League. Well, great game tonight from Nishida, but, you can see the rebounding and how quickly the Jets try to push this one. Hata finding the alley-oop. Nice connection with Yuki Togashi. Well, the second half, of course, the momentum had changed. The Jets had found a way back in, but so Gardner just kept them at bay early in the third quarter. Well, here's a three from Togashi. Just didn't find that consistency tonight from the perimeter. Well, he's been the face of the Chiba Jets in Funabashi basketball, no doubt about it, but only 12 tonight for Togashi. Here's the quick transition. Look at the step through here in the end by Yudai Nishida, the former Basketball World Cup player for Akatsuki, Japan. We definitely like how this game is going. And that was the alley-oop finding John Mooney, the dime from Togashi-kun. Big man Mooney just finishing in the paint, but look at the ball movement here against the zone. This is where it became the Christopher Smith Clinic. Well, that was the block again. You can see Watanabe had some crucial blocks, and this is how he ended the third quarter. I felt this one, I thought he missed the dunk, but he actually just kicked it off his leg. Well, they turned it over. They had too many of those tonight as Ryogo Sumino just putting his hand in the cookie jar at the right time and able to put back. And here's the kick out. Here's where you thought they were going to come back in the game. And here was the Smith show yet again. In transition, get it bumped. Thought it could have gone to the free throw line for the three-point play. But Smith again just kept cooking. That time the bank was open. It just became the Bang Bang show. And look at Zach and Gus curling the screen, going in with a two-handed rim rocker. Well, it was the three-point that gave them a bit of daylight. Now cutting down to a 7-point deficit. Kubota just giving them a bit of life. These three yet again put it back to 10 points coming from Watanabe-san. Well, there was a three to win it, but look at here. Watanabe, sayonara. And that was where Chiba Jets won the game. Big time block by Yuta Watanabe. Jets win this one. And then back to winning ways. We return to the B-League. Watanabe-san, Yuta-kun, ayasu minasai. Well, indeed, we're going to look at the game stats here so far from this game. 18 three-pointers. 12 for Mikawa Seahorses, 30 in total. Incredible scenes here tonight. Because both teams relatively strong from the rebounding count standpoint. I mean, Mikawa Seahorses had 38. They finished with 17 offensive boards. And it's fair to say they took relatively good care of the basketball tonight. I mean, the shooting percentages, apart from Mikawa's three-point percentages, it was quite a good shooting night for both teams. Well, Devontae Gardner looked like he was going to be the game's leading scorer. He was 2 rebounds shy of a double-double. But Christopher King-Smith finishing with 34 points. Incredible. Truly magnificent performance tonight from Smith. Well, 6 assists for Yuki Togashi and for Yoshiaki Kubota. Because Togashi was 4 assists away from a double-double from his standards. But, you know, he usually has much stronger games than this tonight. But when you got teammates like Christopher Smith, if it's not your night, well, let the Smith man just step up to the plate. Well, the key player matchup, you could see 8 points in the first half for Jake Layman, 0 in the second half. Smith almost had a quadruple double if you look at those numbers there. Well, that's how it ended in the key player matchup. Smith just ran away with this one, really turned it into his own clinic. An outstanding performance, to say the least. And indeed, it is all over here. Well, more games to come this weekend in the B-League. It's only the return from the FIBA International break. But quite clearly, you can see it was just a magnificent performance tonight from the Mikawa Seahorses. They truly deserved, for the Chiba Jets. And it was a good performance from Mikawa. They could have won this game. Well, they'll meet again tomorrow. Akita Northern Happy Nets will meet San Neo Phoenix. Yokohama B. Corsairs will meet Sun Rock Shibuya. Shiga Lakes will take on Fighting Eagles Nagoya. Ibaraki Robots will host Koshigai Alphas. Utsunami and Brex take on Hokkaido Lavenga. Guma Crane Thunders against Sendai 89ers. Nagoya Diamond Dolphins against Saga Balloonas. Kawasaki Brave Thunders against defending champions Hiroshima Dragonflies. And Alvok Tokyo taking on Kyoto Hanaris. Well, the big game tomorrow will be Nagasaki Velka, as they'll play the doubleheader against the champions of 2023, Ruku Golden Kings. And it's all live here in the 2024-25 B-League regular season. Well, unfortunately, it's that time of the day where we have to say goodbye and thanks for joining us. So again, arigatou gozaimasu, sayonara, ayasumi nasai. Thanks for joining us here in the Matsui City in the Mikawa Prefecture. But for now, it's good night, goodbye, and God bless from the Japanese B-League. Thanks for joining. We'll see you for more games.